Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Thursday, February 20th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. The big story is hundreds of record-breaking cold temperatures across the central U.S. Keep calm. It's boom time. Back to the map. Here are locations approaching or surpassing unofficial daily record cold temperatures on the 19th and the 20th. The good news is that temperatures are going to moderate from here, but that doesn't mean that hundreds of record cold temperatures dating back into the 1800s come crashing down. Record lows shattered Thursday on the coldest morning of the season in the Omaha area. We're talking Kiss, my Nebraska. Here are new records so far. In Omaha, minus 15, a new record, smashing the old record of minus 11 back in 1918. In Lincoln, Nebraska, minus 17, a new record, destroying the old record of minus 10 set back in 1918. And Norfolk, Nebraska, minus 19, breaking the 1918 record set back then. And it's just not Nebraska. You saw the map. Extreme cold was shattered in Kansas as well. Wichita saw 8 degrees, breaking the 20-degree record set back in 1889. Dodge City saw 5, breaking the 17-degree record back in 1889. You're picking it up? We're putting it down. And a big jump in our snowpack in Colorado as a parade of storms have moved through. We were at quite a deficit, but now in the northern regions, we're at 100% snowpack. Here in the south, we're sitting right down here in the San Juan and Dolores region, 82% of snowpack. We need some more, or we're going to have a brutal fire weather condition come summer. And here is how the general snowpack looks for all of western U.S. Areas in the green and dark and light blue are all 100% or better. It is the yellow areas and the red area here, especially in the south, that we are quite concerned with. And the snowfall shortage moves all the way up in here into Utah in 2 regions. So we could have an interesting fire season for the south if we don't get much moisture in the spring. Dang, dang. But March is our month for snowfall in the Four Corners region. Here is the full forecast. Record cold continues in the central U.S., with snow in the central Appalachians and the mid-Atlantic today. An Arctic air mass will continue over the central U.S. with widespread record-breaking cold temperatures through Friday. Numerous daily records are expected to be broken across the plains and lower Mississippi valleys, and we showed you the data as of this morning, and it was epic. Light snow will impact the central Appalachians and portions of the mid-Atlantic today and through the night as that system moves offshore. I'll take a look at that. Here's the next 3, 6, 9 hours. You can see that snow in the northeast. We'll also have snow west of the Rocky Mountains, especially in northern Colorado, and British Columbia and Alberta, also some snow there. For the weekend, here is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into Monday morning. The biggest snow totals will be in the west, specifically for the U.S., Washington State, which could be picking up 4 feet or more up in the Olympics there. Let's move it through during the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A little activity up in the northern tier here through the Great Lakes at the end of the week here. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we could see another system moving through the northeast, bringing heavy totals downwind of the lakes and in all of the ski resort areas. Seismic update, interesting day as far as seismicity. Interesting quakes of 4.7 in Grand Cache in Canada. Wonder what could be going on there. The U.S. seeing some interesting activity in the west with a 3.3 in America. Wyoming, we've got a 2.6 over here in the Cascades. I wonder if that has something to do with some volcanic activity. Let's take a look at the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network together. Well, there are no real upticks at Mount Rainier, St. Helens, Mount Hood, or Newberry. We do have a cluster of 7 earthquakes in the last 30 days, 3 just happening in the last week here at Mount Hood, so we'll keep a close eye on that. But overall, very low-level activity in the Cascades with just 19 earthquakes at St. Helens in the last 30 days. Overall, it is low-level activity worldwide, which is good news for those that live near fault regions. Now let's talk about some of the pressing issues with volcanoes getting a little jiggy. The latest quakes near Santorini are quieting down. Take a look at the past 7 days. You can see a definite reduction in activity here over the last 14 days. Clearly, this event may be coming to an end, but we're keeping a close eye on it for you. And the latest quakes near Campi Flegrei showing the same thing, a reduction in the last 48 hours. Here is the last 7 days. You can see where that concern popped up about 4 days ago. Well, that seismicity is waning dramatically. Good news there at Santorini. More volcanoes erupted today, including Santa Guito to 14,000 feet, Sakurajima to 7,000, Raventador puffing and passing today, Semaru, who knew, now you do, 15,000-foot blast. Mount Spur, they got some thermals up at the summit crater here, and there are temperatures that are quite high as almost 270 degrees Fahrenheit in these yellow regions. So there is definitely lava up at the top there. We are just waiting for the next eruption. And waiting indeed we are for the next eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula at Svartsengi volcano. Continuing magma intrusion has now reached the level where the last 2 eruptions occurred. So any day now, maybe just a week out or so for the next eruption in Iceland. Ibu to 8,000 feet. Kilauea, we live streamed last night, 15 hours of the 10th paroxysm since the eruption started. That is now over, but the entire 15 hours is up on our Rumble channel. So go check that out. It will be linked below. Santa Guito to 14,000 foot. Nevada de Ruiz today, puffing and passing. Popo to 20,000. Semaru also on the list. Raventador, 14,000 foot blast. Ibu to 8. Santa Guito to 14,000 foot. Svartsengi, deformation measurements indicate it is going to erupt soon. And that is a boom. Sakurajima, 7,000 foot puff today. Nevada de Ruiz, 19,000 foot blast. Wraps up worldwide volcano news for the day. Hey. That brings us to space weather. Supposedly we are at solar max, but the sun is acting like solar wimp. Very few sunspots, no flaring, and the KP is now down near 0, which means if you die tonight, you'll have a near-death experience. Not only that, you're psychic. So, if you've got to do anything that needs your psychic abilities, do it now. Do a dab. Now, in just the last 24 hours, NASA has massively lowered the impact risk of the city killer asteroid 2024 YR4 to just 1 in 360. When over the last 2 weeks, the probability of this baby hitting Earth went from 2.4% to over 3.1%, people were starting to get worried. But now, a new calculation earlier today shows that asteroid 2024 YR4 now just has a 99.72% chance of missing Earth. That means the probability went from 3.1% yesterday to just 0.28% today, which probably means we've got nothing to worry about. But never a straight answer indeed from NASA. Now, if you haven't noticed, we're uncovering a radically different view of civilization's origin as more and more people do the research and look into all the breakthroughs in the last few years. The discovery that farming might not have been the catalyst for civilization now means we must completely rethink the timeline of the first complex societies. And that's all thanks to Göbekli Tepe and the Levant, where there are over a dozen sites dating back to the Younger Dryas event 12,000 years ago, where a complex civilization that were archaeoastronomers and artists creating amazing bas-relief 12,000 years ago, well, we don't know nothing. And that is what we've been claiming for quite some time now. When is the next storm that will shut off the power in your region? It's anyone's guess. We're heading into spring, ding, ding, heavy hail, and spring storms with heavy snow break power lines. We just endured a storm which kicked the power off for almost 12 hours, to the point at which I needed backup power for all of our freezers and refrigerators to keep our food alive and safe. Well, do you have backup power? A backup generator for a house can cost as much as $10,000, $15,000. But in a time of need that's just a short period, a day or two, you can get your own backup power with a solar generator, a solar battery pack, a backup portable power station. And don't say oops during the next storm and ruin all your food. Go to oops and get your first portable power station from one of the highest rated and lowest priced companies on the internet. We've partnered with Oops. They have everything you could possibly need for a power generator, including whole house systems that can back up all of your freezers and refrigerators, and then recharge themselves in just a few hours with a solar panel. That's it. The newest unit, the Exodus 1200, we're about to do a review here, and that video will probably be up tomorrow. The Oops Exodus 1200 portable power station, a great way to get involved. Weighs about 10 pounds and will keep your communication, your lighting, your computers, your phones, everything charged and ready for 24 hours until the sun comes up and recharge itself in just 3 hours. The list price is almost $700, but you can get $351 off now with our coupon code and the link below. If you need an entry level into the portable power station, the Oops Exodus 1200 is the best way to go. It's less than $350, and it just may save your... And that's a boom to knowledge. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to our Rumble channels because we're migrating over there in the next few months. And be safe. We love you. And don't forget, the San Luis Valley Seed Exchange is coming up soon in the second week of April. And we'll see you all there.